Welcome to the Fit Vegan Podcast, the show where we help you optimize your health, fitness, and mindset on a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. My name is Maxime Sigouin. I am a former triathlete, powerlifter, bodybuilder, and basketball player, and I've been vegan for over 9 years. I'm also the founder and CEO of Fit Vegan Coaching, which has helped over 500 vegans from 20 different countries to completely transform their bodies and their health. I'm excited for you to hear today's episode. Let's get into the show. All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fit Vegan Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about how to level up your mindset in 2023. I have one simple tip for you that we're going to elaborate on this episode, but the premise of the episode is to do hard shit, to put yourself in uncomfortable positions so that you're forced to grow and become more resilient. So let me share a few examples of that. For those of you guys that have been following me for a long time, you know that I am a big fan of taking cold showers, cold exposure, or doing some ice bath. The reason I love to do that is because you're forced to step into something uncomfortable. You are forced to learn to handle yourself within an uncomfortable situation, because when you're in a bath with a bunch of blocks of ice around you, completely freezing your body, and you have to learn to control your breath and to stay calm within an environment of stress where your body wants to step out, there's a mental resilience that is being built in the immediate moment. So one of the reasons I think we've gotten a bit soft as a society, and I say this in the way that, you know, we wear I'm a big fan of minimalist shoes because it's so much better for your foot, the health of your foot, which therefore translates to the health of your knees, to your hips, to your back, to your shoulder. And so, you know, we wear really big cushioned shoes. Our chairs are cushioned. We're in a home where it's heat controlled, right? It's cold, you put on the heat. When it's hot, you put on the AC. Everything is controlled. Everything has been pampered to make us feel comfortable, which is a beautiful thing. That's been a part of our evolution to allow us to live for an extended period of time. But I think that at this point, there's starting to be some negative effects from it, where we just tend to be weak when there's obstacles that come into our life, and we don't have the ability to handle them. And then we just feel like life is falling apart and life is crumbling. And I feel like we just need to we do need to just practice doing hard things so that we can rebuild that mental resilience that we once had. And that can be shown as multiple ways, right? There's people that just don't want to work out, right? They want to be healthy and live for a long time, but they just don't want to eat healthy and they don't want to work out for a multitude of reasons. But a big chunk of it, and from conversations I have, people are like, I just feel lazy. Like, I just don't want to do it. Like, I'm comfy. I can just go on Uber Eats and order whatever food I want to come to my house. I literally don't have to get up to do anything, and I'm still able to live a pretty decent life. I'm like, you can live a pretty decent life, but it won't be long, and the quality of your life won't be great, right? It will be great maybe for now, but as it catches up to you, like, you're eventually going to have to put in some effort to turn that around. And I feel like in order for us to prevent ourselves from being in that position where life is just going to punch us and we're going to fall down because our immune system and our body is too weak and our mind is too weak, we need to get out of we have to go out of our way to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations so we can build that mental resilience. And that simply happens by you doing things that you don't want to do, right? How many things are there that you don't want to do that you haven't done because you don't want to do them? But if you actually did them, would actually make the quality of your life better. A conversation with someone that you know you need to have, but you're not doing it, you're not saying anything about it, and it's just eating you inside, and it's diminishing the quality of your life because you're too scared to have that conversation. Go have the conversation. It's going to change your life, right? Whether that is for you to start working out so your body feels better, so you feel stronger. If you had an injury, going back into eating healthy so you can help the injury heal better so that you feel better. Doing the thing that you don't want to do, and sometimes doing it on purpose, right? Taking a cold shower is doing it on purpose. Just small examples. When I work at my desk, which is right here, if you're watching on YouTube, I have a stand-up desk and I have a little treadmill, just walking on the treadmill. Like, when I'm working, I just want to sit down and be lazy and work on my computer. But no, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk on the treadmill just to force myself to get moving. When I go to the bathroom, I have a pull-up bar in the door frame, right? So when I'm done in the bathroom, I do 2 pull-ups every single time. I probably do 10 to freaking 20 pull-ups per day extra, just to throw it in there to make myself a little bit more uncomfortable. it's cold outside. You don't want to go outside. Go outside. Just because it's cold, it's uncomfortable, and it sucks. Just go and do it. You want to go for, you don't want to go for a hike. Just go for the hike, right? What do you have to lose? You're going to spend more time in nature. You're going to get some exercise in, and you're going to force yourself to do something you don't want to do, but it's actually good for you. So if you want to level up your mindset in 2023, right? This is only for you if you want to level up your mindset. If you want to stay complacent, you want to stay in the same position, you do not want to grow your mindset, you not want to grow as a person, you want your life to be the same at the end of 2023 than it is at the beginning of 2023, then I don't know why you're listening to me on this podcast. Don't take my advice. But for those of you that do want to level up and that do want to go to that next level, force yourself to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Do hard shit you don't want to do. Find a frozen lake, go jump in it with your buddies, and just practice practice doing really hard things. That's the biggest piece of advice for you, because at the end of the day, when we look at from an aspect of transformation, and for those of you that have been following me for a long time or are new to it, like I've helped over 600 vegans completely transform their body and their health. Out of 600 transformation plus years of coaching, the hard part is not creating a workout for someone to do, not creating a meal plan for someone to do, but it's to actually follow through on that list of actions, on that blueprint that we created for them to be successful. It's following through on something that isn't always sexy, inspiring, or motivating, when you don't always want to do it, but you know that if you do it, you'll actually reach your goal. But you're like, I don't feel like doing it today. I don't feel like eating the meal that I'm supposed to, so I'm just going to order pizza. I don't feel like doing my workout, so I'm just going to sit on the couch and watch Netflix. The hard part about transformation and achieving success in any area of your life is to take massive action, massive imperfect action, but taking consistent action. And taking consistent action is really hard, because you're going to have to, guess what? Take action when you don't want to. Sounds very familiar to when you take in an ice bath and when you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. So if you want to be successful in your transformation, in your business, in your career, in your relationship, you have to strengthen that muscle in your mind that's going to allow you to do things when you don't want to do them. You have to be committed to process. You can't rely on motivation, because motivation is completely emotion based, and the reality is you're not always going to feel like it. I'd say about half, maybe like 60% of the time I feel like working out. I'd say maybe 50% of the time I feel like eating healthy food and staying on track with everything. Say maybe 60% of the time I say like maybe 40 to 50% of the time I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. to do some deep work in my office when it's freezing cold in the morning. Literally my hands are cold from working in the office. It takes so long for the heater to kick in. But a lot of the things that I do that have allowed me to have various degrees of success in different areas of my life, I had the majority of the time I didn't want to do it, because it's long work. It's just consistent, boring actions, right? That's simply all that it takes. If you look at some of the best in the world in sports, and I love triathlon. If you can see on YouTube, I have a bunch of medals from triathlon. I love that sport. It's not about the person that's the most talented. It's at the end of the day, it comes down to it's the person that can do the boring work more consistently and not quit. That's basically what it comes down to, right? Can you show up for your training consistently even when you don't want to? And I love someone said, it's not about being the fastest racer. It's about being the one that slows down the least, right? And that comes down to mindset. A lot of time your body's going to want to quit and your mind's going to kick in and keep you going. So just a little tangent there. But if you want to level up your mindset in 2023, get uncomfortable, do hard shit, do things that you don't want to do. Put yourself in a controlled environment where you have the ability to push yourself in a safe manner. Gym is one of them, right? Let's just say you're supposed to do 4 sets of 12 on a back squat. Well, you can increase by 2.5 pounds when you normally do, or you can just try to go at the end and be like, let me just do an extra 3 reps. Like if you guys have ever gone on leg press or a back squat and you're done your set and your coach is like, give me 3 more. You're like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And you're going down and veins are just starting to appear in your face. Your face is turning pink red. Your legs are shaking. You're sweating. But you manage to get those 3 reps in, like you feel so good after. It hurts, but you feel so good mentally because you're able to push what you thought you could do, right? You have to put yourself in that similar situation. That's why I love fitness. That's why I love cold exposure, because it allows you to push those boundaries and mentally train your mind. At the end of the day, the game plan is important to get you there efficiently, but it doesn't matter if you don't have the right mindset. You won't follow the game plan, therefore you will never get there. Because if I give you the best workout plan and the best nutrition plan to get you to have a shredded six pack and have the best body you've ever had in your life, if you don't have the right mindset to follow through on it and be dedicated, guess what? It doesn't matter if it's the best plan in the world. You don't have the ability to follow it. So you need to be in the right mindset. So that's something you're currently struggling on. Highly invite you to work on that. If you need help with that, we help our members with that, right? We have different programming. We have our performance division that we're just starting up, and to help people level up their mindset. And you got a ton of people that want to run a marathon, do an Ironman, do some triathlons, that really want to go to the next level in their mindset and their fitness. And so we can help you with that. Want more details, there's a link down below. But if you want to work on it on your own, just get uncomfortable, because whatever is uncomfortable for you might be comfortable for someone else. So push your own limits in a safe manner. It's going to allow you to build that mental resilience. All right, guys. So I hope this podcast episode was helpful. Little disclaimer, I believe there's one more episode before we change the name of the podcast. So I will label the podcast Fit Vegan Transitioning to the new name. I'm keeping it a secret for now, but very excited for that to come out. It'll allow me to expand the guests that I'm going to be bringing on the show so we can talk about various topics. I love to have people come on, talk about mindset, relationship, business, talk about different kinds of sports. And so very excited for that change to come on board. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram, or you can book a free call with me. Everything is linked down below. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Bye.